An interesting question regarding what might happen if I lift the load off in a much slower fashion. As I tried this at first, it appeared nothing was happening and no flash from the LED. And here is how this was originally presented. I charge the core and disconnect from the battery, then pull the load off, and because this is a fairly strong attraction, it tends to pop off as I pull on it. This time I am simply going to use a lever for more precise control of removing the load. And as you can see here, even if I very precisely lift up on this, there's still a significant discharge. Now I will simply try to roll the load off, and as you can see here, there's still a discharge even though one side of the load is still touching the core. If I just roll this without lifting it off of the core, there is still a discharge. But if I do this really slowly and carefully, there is no flash from the LED. I can slowly and carefully remove that, and there is no apparent discharge. But this does not necessarily mean that nothing is happening here. It simply means that not enough is happening to trigger this particular LED. So I will put a meter on this to actually measure what might be going on. We are on the 20 volt DC scale. And we'll try slowly rolling this off again. And as you can see there, we've got about a 2 volt jump. Let's try that again. If I slowly roll this off, or that was about a 0.6. That wasn't 2 volt, that was about 0.6. I'll try one more time. 0.3 maybe. As you can see here, even though the LED is not firing, there is still a measurable discharge as indicated on the 20 volt DC scale. And as you can see here, even just the residual energy is still resulting in a measurable pulse, even though I have not recharged the holder. If I simply pull this off just from the residual energy that's in here, we're getting a measurable pulse on the 20 volt scale. So what does it take to kill this thing? How about if I place a ground wire? We're actually going to short the coil out by placing a jumper completely across the coil here. And we'll try again. Well, we're not really registering anything on the 20 volt scale. Let's go down to the millivolt scale here. And, well, what do you know? We're still getting an energy pulse of about 0.2 or 3 millivolts, even though I haven't even charged this thing. Well, how about that? Even with the coils completely shorted, there still is a measurable energy pulse. Okay, all you scientists and engineers, please explain how this system stores a substantial magnetic energy